What's up, everybody? Welcome to Talking Shit, episode 96. My name is Barrett Courtney. I'm one of your hosts, and here joined with me are one of my great co-hosts and even better friends, the bisexist from Texas, Henry Montiero. What's up, Henry?
I'm pressing the doom button.
You are. We've got a nice little Atari Jaguar here.
We got a nice little piece of shit.
How's your week been?
It's been good. Haven't been doing much. I beat Rayman Legends.
Oh, yeah. I saw that you were playing that on PSN. How was that?
It's a lot of fun. I love Rayman games.
Yeah, the thing I want to pick up is either Legends or Origins, right?
That's $10 right now.
Yeah.
It's Legends.
Legends is $10? Okay. Because there was one of them I know that was like $40 for like the longest time. I was like, how is this stayed?
Oh, that was Legends.
Okay, yeah.
But here's the funny thing. 3 days before that game went on sale, bought it at Amoeba for $25 on a PS3.
That's your life. See, this happens again. I said this last week. For the entire week, I'm fine with like my congestion, right? Which is weird because usually around this time of the year, I'm like really, really bad. Mm-hmm. I'm fine for the entire week, except when we're in this room. I don't know what it is.
I don't know, maybe the plants, maybe...
I'm allergic to your bullshit. That's what it is.
Smitty's fur in the air.
Something I want to say, shout out before we get into what the fuck this show is. There's a special event happening the week that you're watching this. If you're listening to this early for Patreon supporters, this next week, and then if you're watching this the day it uploads on YouTube, later this coming weekend is Kinda Funny Live 2. If you want to go, if you still haven't bought your tickets, make sure to go to kindafunny.com/tickets. Get them right there. I think VIP is very close to being sold out, and general admission is still going strong, I think. But if you want to come hang out with us, Henry and I definitely, we will be there. We will be square still. Even though we'll be there, we'll still be square.
We'll be here. We'll be queer, and you'll be used to it.
And so yeah, come hang out with us. A bunch of people are flying in. Sean Pitts from Nerds Online, Alex O'Neill from Irrational Passionals, other people. It'll be a fun time. Zyger, if you know Zyger from the Kinda Funny community. A lot of people are coming in. It's going to be really fun. We have a lot of community events going on. So even if you can't make it for the Kinda Funny live event, we still got a bunch of shit going on. I know people are going to Alcatraz one morning. We're doing an X-Men night, Friday night at the Kabuki Theater. And yeah, it's going to be a really, really fun time. So make sure to come hang out with us. My week has been pretty nice. Since last week, I've beaten Uncharted 4. I reviewed it. I fucking love the game. And sort of as like a housekeeping thing, I said at one point we would probably do a spoiler cast for BGG for Uncharted 4. I lied. We're not going to do a spoiler cast for BGG. I'm going to be on Irrational Passion spoiler cast for Uncharted 4.
Irrational pacifists?
He watched that. I love that he watched that last week and tweeted at you. He's like, God, fuck, I love you and hate you, Henry. So
I tried.
I will be on Irrational Passions spoiler cast for Uncharted 4. I don't know when it's going up. I believe it will be up by the time that this is up. So go over to their YouTube page, check that out if you want to get more of my thoughts on Uncharted 4. I did a review. It was very non-spoilery. I didn't give a lot away, but I did give general thoughts. So check that out, and then check out the spoiler cast on Irrational Passions YouTube page if that's up.
Spoiler alert, Nathan Drake becomes the Punisher.
Yeah, my week's been all right. Had a lot of fun with friends last night. Went to Zeitgeist, and we actually parked like really close to your house. I was like, oh, we should steal Henry and sneak him into a bar.
Zeitgeist used to be right across the street from my old house. The one that burned down in the meth fire.
Yeah, the meth fire. Oh, Henry. And his, 3-year-old happenses.
Wasn't my meth.
Well, at least with the evidence that they found, they can't prove that it's your meth. So, yeah, I went to Zeitgeist with a lot of ex-coworkers. That was really fun. I miss a lot of those people. So, but that's really been my week. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know that this is Talking Shit, it's BZG's weekly podcast where usually the three of us, but now this week, the two of us, Ricky is out. He's out making the cash money right now.
Cash and sack.
Exactly. the two of us this week bring in random topics of discussion, and we talk some shit about those topics. If you like that, head on over to patreon.com/BZG. Give us $1 a month, and you get every episode of Talking Shit in full audio form early before the episode gets broken out over on youtube.com/BeaZonaGamers, topic by topic, Monday through Thursday, before the entire audio version of the episode is available for everybody on our SoundCloud page, soundcloud.com/BZGSF. But if you think that's too many URLs to go to, that's okay. We got one nice little URL, bzgamers.com, where you can get all of that nice fucking content for your ears and your eye holes. God damn. Really stuffed up. It's like in the back. Mm-hmm. It's like in the back of my throat, sort of like the back of my nose. It's killing me. It's killing me. It's throat fucking
killing
me.
You, Smalls?
It's throat fucking me, and it's nose fucking me. Now, see, the killing me Smalls, you're killing me Smalls quote, I love.
His fingers.
I love that quote, but it's been ruined by a song that plays in my store a lot, where they literally just say that quote over and over and over again in the most annoying drone-like way.
So it's the pop punk tendency to find a quote to a movie that people remember and quote it in hopes that people will like their song.
And it's not even like a
it.
pop punk band, though. That's the
Really?
weird. It's more of like,
it's metalcore.
because it reminds me of Joyce Manor, and I don't really consider them pop punk.
Like folky.
Sort of. You'd have to listen to it and then just get annoyed like almost immediately. So, but anyway, let's get into the first topic. I mentioned, Uncharted 4 and whatnot, and I got this idea of this topic from, I believe, Kind of Funny's PS I Love You XOXO podcast. And someone wrote into their podcast saying that they don't understand why Naughty Dog shouldn't go on to make a sequel to Jack and Dexter. So I want to talk about today Naughty Dog's future in video game development and like where we want to see them go for their future games, because I really love Uncharted 4, and I honestly think it's their best game, and I know that probably won't be a popular opinion.
Because The Last of Us.
Because The Last of Us, and because how loved The Last of Us is. But, I have, like, different reasons of why I loved Uncharted 4 more. The thing that I will compare it to is, like, Uncharted 4 is, like, Toy Story 3, and The Last of Us is like Finding Nemo. They're both loved, and they're usually both like the two movies that people mention when it comes to Pixar movies. One is very heavy on like if you grew up with the series and if you appreciate the series more, like this ending, this final chapter is going to mean a lot to you. Mm-hmm. And the other one is like it's just like a really, really great movie, right?
I thought you were going to say Last of Us is like Up. Because it's the most emotional and you cry at the beginning.
That's true. That's very true. That's actually a really good comparison. But I was sort of just talking about like Last of Us and Uncharted 4. I feel like when Naughty Dog moves on, they'll still be like the most talked about games. And sort of like the way I see Pixar, it's like Toy Story 3 and Finding Nemo that are like the most talked about movies. So I like Uncharted 4 more, sort of like how I like Toy Story 3 more, of like there's just a lot of closure with a lot of these characters that I really love, and they do it in such a great way. And like The Last of Us and Finding Dory are still great, but they're new characters, and I've still yet to like get to know them as much.
Did you say Finding Dory?
If I did say Finding Dory, I meant you fucking know Finding Nemo. We don't get early access to see fucking movies, okay?
Speak for yourself. I've already seen Avatar 3.
Has he even started making the second one? Do we even fucking know?
I don't know. Did you know they're still doing reshoots for Star Trek Beyond? And that
Really?
comes out in like 2 months.
Jesus Christ.
That movie's going to suck.
I trust Simon Pegg. He said that the trailer showed the trailer made it look way more actiony than it actually is. So I trust Simon Pegg. So that's what I'll have to. Even though the trailer was fucking god awful.
To me, Star Trek isn't Star Trek unless they're in cardboard costumes.
So yeah, going back to the topic, we got a little derailed as we usually do on the show. What do you see Naughty Dog doing next? Because I was really thinking about this.
Besides Last of Us 2.
Besides, The Last of Us 2 is like the obvious answer, and they're working on The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Whether or not that will be, and that actually might be a good topic within this topic, is like, what do we think The Last of Us 2 will be? But before we get to that, the kid who was on PS, he wrote into PS I Love You XOXO, which you can find on podcast services everywhere and on YouTube.com/kindoffunnygames. Doing Greg Miller's work right here. So he wrote in, he was saying that like he believes that Naughty Dog could go back to Jack and make like this amazing Jack game. And as someone who loves Jack, and you fucking hate Jack 2 at least. But
I really like Jack 1. I think Jack 3 is pretty good.
Yeah. And then Jack 2 is like...
Jack 3 has the problem of, like, I hate the final boss. Because the final boss
That's like
is
Uncharted
just
2 for
frustrating.
me. Like, I fucking hate that final boss. So, yeah, I understand that. So, this kid was writing in, he was talking about, like, how, like, they could go back to Jack and, like, do it, like... great, and like sort of he was talking about like the argument of like filling the void for like great third person platforming. And it's like Naughty Dog, and I agree, I'm on Colin Moriarty's side with this, is like if you want Naughty Dog, which I honestly believe like
one of the top
before these last couple of games, I would say probably Rockstar is the best developer out there. After The Last of Us and Uncharted 4, I honestly think if Naughty Dog keeps this up, I think they are the best developer out there.
Like, they could be like what Capcom used to be.
Exactly.
In gamers' eyes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is like I'll make the same comparison with Naughty Dog and Rockstar here. Is like asking Naughty Dog to go back to Jack is asking Rockstar to like, hey, can you make
go
Grand
back
Theft
to Silicon Space Valley?
Silicon Space Valley, or like, hey, can you make Grand Theft Auto like the first Grand Theft Auto game where it's like fucking top down and
They
shit?
did that. It was called Chinatown Wars.
And it was fucking awful and no one liked it.
Actually, I remember that being like the highest rated DS game, but I think that was probably just because like people saw it was like, oh, it's a Grand Theft Auto game for the DS. Like,
It's gotta be good.
it's like a darker game on the system. We'll give it good scores because this is the 2000s. Shadow the Hedgehog happened. You guys like All That Remains?
So like, I don't know, Henry. Like, what do you think here?
Well, first of all, not going back to Crash Bandicoot because they don't own that.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing, is like a lot of people want like Sony to like do this big announcement of like, hey, we're bringing back Crash Bandicoot. But it's like they're gonna have to jump through a lot of hoops, and I know they have like a lot of partnering going on with Activision right now, of like a lot of like Destiny promotion and whatnot. Is like usually when you see Destiny trailers, it's like on PlayStation 4 at the end of the trailer.
No,
right?
wait. I know what they have to do.
What?
You know what Crash Bandicoot and Jack and Daxter have in common?
What?
Kart racing game. Uncharted kart racing.
Fuck! That's what Naughty Dog needs to do next, is an Uncharted kart racing game.
With Last of Us DLC. This is the game I want.
Oh my. Because I'm imagining like through like how tiny bodies.
But they have like the huge head.
They have, like, the
It's like
regular
Star
size.
Wars Super Bombad Racing.
Fuck. Oh my god.
One of the racetracks is El Goddamn Dorado.
Even though it's not even a city, it's like this fucking statue. You're just like, you're a very tiny version.
You're going across the statue.
You're like driving across the statue. Fuck yes, we need an Uncharted kart game. Holy fuck. Oh my god. This has been a great show. See you guys later. But okay, so the natural thing is we both sort of agree they shouldn't go back to their old IP, right?
No.
Yeah.
They shouldn't go back to Crash Bandicoot because they don't own it.
Yeah,
and
they
they
don't
shouldn't
own
go
it.
back to Jack and Daxter because that's not the game publisher they are anymore. Like everyone's saying,
exactly.
like, Insomniac went and made Ratchet and Clank, but it's like Insomniac never really like changed from that because like
And that was
Resistance was
another-
more serious.
Yeah, and Colin Moriarty was talking about that too. Is like Resistance, like when they toyed around with Resistance, it was never super successful, and it was all like not a lot of people like when they tried to do Resistance, it didn't like put their name on the map. You know, Ratchet and Clank put their name on the map, right? And with Naughty Dog, like, yeah, they made Jack and Dexter, but their name, like, they were a household name when like Uncharted was a thing, you know. So it's just like like I really don't like that comparison because that comparison was made on the episode of PS I Love You. So it's just like it's two very different situations, and I feel like one studio is obviously way more ahead than in the other.
It's like, would you want Sucker Punch to go back and make a Sly Cooper game?
Fuck yes, because Infamous sucks. What's up, Greg Miller?
But even the first two?
The first one I didn't hate.
When did you play these?
This was PS3, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't Annie. Someone else owned a PS3. I fucked around with like the first one, and then I played the second one a little bit. One of my friends in high school had a PS3 that I fucked around with. So I never beat either of them, but I played them enough where I like got the idea. So if the rumors are true, Sucker Punch might be doing a Spider-Man game, which I wouldn't be against because Infamous is basically just fucking Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Yeah.
Just that gameplay. It's like just add fucking swinging around and that's it.
I think if Naughty Dog was to do anything, the most natural thing for them to do after making Last of Us 2 would be to make a new IP.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Or go back to Uncharted. I don't want to say too much because I know you haven't played the game yet, right?
No.
And did you beat Uncharted 3?
Yes.
Yeah, you ended up... so what's going to happen? Because I know you and Ricky are sort of like not buying stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play through Uncharted 4 maybe 2 more times. I'm going to let you guys borrow it.
Okay.
Because everybody needs to play this fucking game. But I just want to, like, because I'm doing the spoiler cast later this week, I think. So I want to, like, sort of refresh on it before I give it to you guys. So, but yeah, I think after The Last of Us 2, and that's the thing, I don't even know if I want a Last of Us 2.
Because the story's complete?
Yeah, because I think, like, the story in and of itself, like, I understand... If they do a story inside the Last of Us universe and don't focus on Joel and Ellie, I think I would be actually really fine with that.
But people will complain because they're like, "Oh, we love these characters," but it's
Yeah,
like we don't have much of a story to tell with them.
Yeah,
anymore.
it's like where do you go after that? Like, yes, there's the whole like maybe like people are saying like, oh, it should be like 5 years later, and like Ellie finds out like what Joel did of like that ending. And maybe it's sort of like the game deals with the repercussions of that ending. But again, it's just like, I don't know if I really care enough to see that. And I don't even know if she would ever realistically find out about that, you know? Because they leave wherever the fuck that place is. And it's not like they would ever want to go back there. Like, well, for what reason would they ever want to go back? So it's like this whole like, and once Ellie finds that out, does like Joel become like the main bad guy, and you have to fight through Joel's army that he like would apparently
fight Joel? It's just crying.
So it's just like I don't know how they would really pull that story off, but like if they did like a Last of Us universe movie or not movie but video game where they told a different story in the Last of Us universe, I wouldn't mind that. But I really think that. It's sort of like, I really love I Am Legend, right? Mm-hmm. I know that's like, I Am Legend.
The Will Smith movie?
Yeah, the Will Smith movie. And it's not like highly praised in the movie sort of industry like The Last of Us is praised in video games.
A lot of people hate that ending.
Yeah, the ending was weird. But I have to say, like, the ending is weird, but I still really love I Am Legend. And I'm not saying that these two are both on the same like level of quality when it comes to media, but I really love I Am Legend. I never want an I Am Legend 2, and that's not because like, oh, like I like it, but I don't like it enough to get a sequel. It's just like, no, I think like that universe was set up to tell that specific story, right? Yeah. And if you try to tell a different story in that universe, it sort of, I feel like it would dampen the original story being told, right?
Yeah, it's like if you made a sequel series to Cowboy Bebop.
Makes me want to bash my head through a wall.
Why?
A sequel fucking thing to Cowboy Bebop? That would be awful.
Yeah.
That would be
because
terrible
Cowboy
idea.
Bebop's great.
Cowboy Bebop's the fucking best.
Yeah, it's like the anime that you show people who
And
don't
you know,
really
like
anime.
Exactly. And like, you know, like when I say that kind of shit and someone who like doesn't take anime, like, yeah, I watch some shit, but not a lot.
I watch Digimon,
Digimon, the best anime.
the best movie.
The best anime movie of all time.
The best it's been.
1 week since you looked at me.
But going off of the other two big franchises of the PS2 era,
Yep.
Insomniac and Sucker Punch,
Yep.
they are Naughty Dog's the only one who's never made a sandbox game. And I'm not counting Jak 2 and 3 because that's the weird platformer sandbox thing where it's not really a sandbox because it's like,
It's sort of like calling SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom a sandbox, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it's just like, or like calling Super Mario 64 a sandbox.
Exactly.
It's just like you're in a big area that doesn't really make it a sandbox. So it's like, what if, like, at the same time, I don't see Naughty Dog jumping on the whole sandbox bandwagon.
Yeah,
like
they
everyone
need to
else
do
did.
what they like want to do, and like they need to push like what areas of video games they want to push. Because if like
kart racing.
I mean, if they want to do sandbox and push like the boundaries of like what sandbox can do, fuck yeah, let them do that. But if they like, I don't want them to do a cop out of like, hey, let's just like make a fucking random sandbox.
Uncharted,
game,
but it's sandbox.
Uncharted, but you stay in Madagascar and it's slowly just taking over the entire island of Madagascar.
That's called Far Cry 3.
Yeah, so I just wanted to debate about that, or not debate, but sort of just discuss it and sort of think about Naughty Dog's future, because I honestly, again, I know it's probably an unpopular opinion. I don't really know, because I haven't talked to anybody about Uncharted 4. Like, I haven't had a conversation with anybody about it, because I'm waiting to do that for the Irrational Passion spoiler cast, which you can find on their YouTube page. So
The Irrational Passacast.
yeah, like I know that people love it, but I don't know compared to The Last of Us how much people love it. So, but I personally like, I've spent more time with these characters in Uncharted, so I feel like I have more of an emotional resonance when it comes to this game. So I just want to talk about that, because not even like just with the Uncharted 4 story, but also gameplay elements and like The Last of Us were never like the super like big pull of The Last of Us, right? But like I think there's like a smoothness to their gameplay, and I think they definitely improved on that, and they definitely improved on environment storytelling and graphic fidelity and sort of storytelling in video games. I think the storytelling in this one is fucking phenomenal. So it'll be interesting to see where Naughty Dog goes in the future, and to see what stories they want to tell next, because I'm excited. I'm really fucking excited.
For some kart racing.
Yeah, Uncharted kart racing.